Ramen Raider coming at you from a brand new weird place where Donald Trump just got subpoenaed by the January 6th Commission, and Alex Jones, the guy who was the InfoWars guy, just got charged for $1 billion. Wow, what a crazy couple days of news. I like that. Anyways, so we've got this Dongwon Tteokbokki, and this is rose Tteokbokki, and so you get rose when you add spicy and creamy. That's the deal. Yeah, and I thought this was like hurricane Tteokbokki, or what's the other word? Ropokki, which is ramen and Tteokbokki, so it's noodle and rice cake. This is just rice cake. Do I have any noodles that I could use? Not really. So, I mean, I do, but I'm just gonna make it as you're supposed to. Here is what you get. You get this, and you get this, and this is the tteokbokki. There should be a do not eat in here, and there it is. Back in, I can't even remember what year it was, and it's so funny because people took me seriously. For April Fool's Day a few years ago, I said I was going to, come on, get out of here. I guess I opened the wrong end, huh? But I was going to stop reviewing instant noodles and have a super duper website where all I review are these Desiccant packets, do not eats, and wow, that's great. Congratulations on your new endeavor. I hope you do well. This is really something really interesting. I mean, oh my God, I got so many people that bought it because the people that were following me, this is the deal, they were in Asia. And at first, they knew about April Fool's Day, but they figured that it wasn't April Fool's Day anymore. And I kind of pushed that narrative too. So people bought it and they went with it, and I was like, oh no, actually keep sending me noodle companies, please. I was just joking around, being funny, old pal Ramen Raider being silly on this. So yeah, it was a weird deal. So yeah, but that's my story about Desiccant packets. They're kind of handy if you don't want something to get all funky. I've got this seasoning I really like, this Peruvian seasoning. Highly recommend it. You can get it on Amazon. McCormick's Peruvian seasoning, and then they've got an organic one, which is what I originally tried. But I've got the jar from the organic, and I got a big, huge, like, food service size thing of it. Well, I found real quick that if you just, like, fill up that container with the little one that I got at the grocery store with it, it'll start to stick. And it's like, oh, okay. So I put a little do not eat in there, one of the packets, dropped it in the bottom, put the stuff in, and guess what? It doesn't stick anymore. Amazing. Silica gel. But it says do not eat because it's not food, but it won't kill you. It's not, this is the thing. It's not food. You can't survive off of it. It's not an ingredient of food for your meal. However, if you did happen to ingest it, it won't hurt you. But don't eat it. That's the whole deal. So now you know, you're wiser, you're a better person for knowing. God, what's going on? Oh yeah. So today is October 13th. It's a Thursday in the year 2022. This review should be coming out in what? January 29th or something like that, and it's October 6th, 13th. But on October 16th, for my son Miles' birthday, Miles is 7 years old now. And if you didn't know, Miles is autistic. He's on the spectrum. Great kid. Awesome. I love the hell out of him. But there are certain things that are kind of hard for him, you know. But what isn't hard for him is listening to music, and he loves music, and he's found all sorts of different music that he's like glommed onto. He's like this, is like that. I play a ton of different music for him. I've never heard him say, all I was asking, do you like this music? He'd be like, yes. He always says yes. I don't know if that's just part of his thing, not wanting to say no, but because he won't try it. He likes every kind of music, but if you try him to try some new kind of food, he'll be like, no thank you, no, I don't even want to be near it, I don't want to smell it. So, but he really likes a music group called Panic at the Disco. Personally, not an enormous fan. Some of it's kind of catchy, I'll give it that. I could see if I was his age, I'd probably be all right with it. But yeah, so we got tickets to go see Panic at the Disco in Seattle on Sunday. So he's like, I guess the guy's name is Brendan Urie. I used to know a guy named Brandon Urie. It's funny. But this Brendan Urie guy, he does this kind of almost like an 80s butt rock band. That would go, yeah! And this guy does that. It's kind of like, whoa, dude, knock it off. It's like if one of my kids did that, I'd be like, you're going in a timeout. But yeah. And Mimi's like kind of worried. He's like, is it going to be loud? I'm like, oh, don't worry. The seats we could afford are not right up front. So, but it's at the place where they do the Seattle Sounders games. It used to be Key Arena, and now it's Climate Pledge Arena. Yeah, so it's at Seattle Center. It should be fun. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see his take on it. How Miles feels about it. I think he'll like it. I hope he likes it. There's going to be a lot of people there. It probably will be loud. I still haven't seen who's opening for them. There's got to be somebody opening for them. They're pretty popular, aren't they? I don't know, but they kind of, a lot of their music seems like music that you would hear when you were watching like a montage of clips for like God, what do they call it? The crazy season of basketball, Final Four. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff. All I know about is baseball, and unfortunately for the Giants, we sucked this year. I think we ended up with a 500 average, which you win one, you lose one. There were some teams that did way worse, but yeah, I freaking hate the Dodgers. Don't. I hate the Dodgers. I learned that one from my wife. See, I live in the Seattle area. I used to be a Seattle Mariners fan, and then I met my wife, and it's like the Mariners got so close to getting to the World Series, or got into playoffs a few times, and then just like go, as soon as we go to the postseason. And she was a Giants fan. She's like, she used to play softball, and she was a catcher, and she got like awards and stuff, like trophies. And yeah, so she was in the newspaper. But yeah, she's like a big time baseball fan. She knows a lot of crazy baseball stuff. She used to be one of those people who go and actually have the book, and they'll write down each play. She did that when she was pretty young. She was really, really into baseball. Still is. So I was like, okay, well, cool, I'll follow the Giants and see how that goes. And they won, 2010, 2012, and 2014. World Series. So that was cool. I liked that. All right, so let's see what happens here. There's supposed to be 200 mils of water. I could just measure that. I don't want to though. I'm going to guesstimate it. See how we look at that. Yeah. That looks about right. There shouldn't be like. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. There shouldn't be like a violent amount of liquid for this, but just enough to make it really saucy, you know, saucy. So this should be like a creamy, saucy, creamy, saucy, and rice cake. So. Yeah, if you really don't know anything about tteokbokki, you are missing out because tteokbokki is really wonderful stuff. Here, come on over here. Let me talk to you about tteokbokki. Tteokbokki. It's really one of my favorite things. Oh yeah. How's that? There we go. And then we've got this tteokbokki stuff to make it the creamy and spicy. And there's a lot of it. I don't know, do I have to bring it back up to heat again? We'll find out. Huh. Yeah, that might have been a little too much water in there, but I think this will work well. Look at that. Yeah. Creamy tteokbokki, yo. I mean, tteok. It's a soft T, also known as a hard D. So it's not like tteokbokki. It's like tteokbokki. Tuk. I just remember seeing all this stuff saying it's very hard for Westerners to say this. So I had to get a tooth pulled one time, and I'd been practicing saying tteokbokki, and I got the gas, and it turned out the guy that was gonna pull my tooth was this young South Korean guy, and I was like, hey man, can I find out how does this sound, tteokbokki? He's like, oh, I love tteokbokki. And I'm like, no, am I saying it right? He's like, yeah, you're saying it right. Good. Then I threw out my only other Korean that I know, which is Anguk Ramen Maseseo, which is Korean ramen is very good. He's like, oh, cool, all right, open wide, we're gonna pull your tooth out. That is tteokbokki. So it's a rice cake. It's not like the ones you put peanut butter on. It's kind of like the one thing I think most people can understand. It's kind of like a noodle. Kind of like ziti, but filled. Kind of like adult beefaroni. More chewy. Let's go. Oh. That. Yeah. Let's throw some of that in there. If I was going to be making this, like, to spec, I would not be using mung bean sprouts. I'd be using soybean sprouts. Koreans use soybean sprouts, not mung bean sprouts. But those are much harder for me to find locally. I would have to go much further, and I don't drive, so hey. And then I'm gonna throw some of this in here. This is chashu, but I don't care. Yeah, I made a lot of chashu the other day. Boy, howdy. A whole lot. Ended up with 102 little baggies of chashu. I'm really happy about that. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to eat this. There's no way around it. I mean, it's too good to waste. That's one thing we haven't gone and done in a while is go have some good Korean barbecue. That if you've never had Korean barbecue, I'm telling you right now, you are not getting it. If you like bulldog, if you like shin, if you like things like that, you need to go have Korean barbecue because that's Korean food. You can go get Korean barbecue chicken, which is what, like bulldog, that's the flavor of Korean barbecued chicken sauce. It's not chicken flavored, it's the flavor of the sauce, and people think, oh, it's this spicy chicken noodle. No. But they can't explain that on the label, so now you know. And knowing is the battle, because sometimes they just can't really help us Westerners out. But I'm helping you. It's what I do. Let's see. You might be wondering what happened to me doing, what do you call it? Doing Twitch. I kind of gave up on it because it's like I gotta have an extra camera in here. I'm sure you guessed this is a pretty small kitchen already, and it's just another thing to have to do, and I'm not into making more complication with what I do. That's why this show is the way it is. Actually, this show is as uncomplicated as I can humanly make it. Granted, yeah, I make chashu, I do a bunch of stuff, but I just don't wanna, so I'm not gonna. Every once in a while I might do a Twitch feed, but it's I don't know, some of the crap that I see on Twitch is so inane. My buddy Stumpy from North Little Rock loves Twitch, and I've seen some good, actually. The Old Timey Computer Show. There's one with vintage commercials that's really neat. It's just always playing when it works. And there's a guy named Subway Sean. He's walking across country, sponsored by Subway. Subway, eat flesh. And there we go. Yeah, it's kind of neat. But then there's all these chicks that are just like smoking weed, or like they're like weed influencers. It's like, are you serious? Come on. And they're like, oh my god, this is so cool. Look at these blunt wraps. Blah, 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 blah. Come on. Blunt wraps. Look at that. Maybe if you're using your blunt wraps, you might want to look at what I'm doing here. You don't have to be on Twitch for this. That was just a little bit of crushed red pepper, sesame seed, mung bean sprout. I want to make it look uniform. Oh no. What have I done? See, it's not on that side. We just go like that. Will that work? Oh my god. This is freaking wonderful. But yeah, it's like spicy carbonara-ish. All right. Yeah, this is yeah, get this stuff. Yeah. Ooh. I am absolutely thrilled, and I can't let this go to waste, so it is going to be eaten. I should also mention to you that the intro and outro today was brought to you by our little friends out in our garden. We've been getting like these big spiders building amazing webs lately, and yeah, I think they're called orb spiders, and they like gardens, and they're killing bugs left and right, which I really appreciate. My wife does too. Because of all the heat we're getting right now, we've got a lot of flies buzzing around, and that's weird. So, anyways, this has been Hans the Ramen Raider wishing you enjoyment of your noodles and your tteokbokki every single day of your freaking life. Yeah, get this stuff. It's by Dongwon. And if you wanted to, you could just make some, instant Korean noodles and drain them and throw them in with this. That would be banging. Bussin'. I don't ride a bus. My kids ride a bus. They're bussin'. Anyway, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Noodle. How much was? How much was? Bye. Alles gut. Alles gut. Schnell,